10th day of the bombing of Israel's attacks on Iran. The US joined in, and the US targeted the toughest target, the most difficult target in Fordo. And Fordo has the uranium enrichment plant, which many say is more than 200 feet beneath the Earth's surface, way below the mountains, 200 feet. So, as President Donald Trump said, Rohit, there's only one country in the world that could have done it. It's the United States of America. But nobody else has either the B-2 bombers or the GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators that can penetrate hundreds of feet and then explode. This two-stage detonation, a special steel alloy in that 30,000-pound bomb with 5,600 pounds of explosives. It penetrates deep, maybe 100, 150 feet, and then explodes. And six of those were used. Fordo, as the Americans now say, is history. Rohit.
Absolutely, Gaurav. And the fact is, I mean, look, President Trump had made it very clear he wanted peace. Netanyahu was talking about peace to strength. There were Israeli officers who were telling Washington, D.C., that the whole war, the whole operation was started that at some point Americans would join this. And I think they've done that. President Trump's done that. And I think as far as America is concerned, they want Iran to stop this. They've demonstrated how mighty the Americans are. They're powerful, they're impactful. They can do this in a heartbeat if they wanted to. And that's exactly what President Trump said. If the other targets that are remaining in Iran should be a cakewalk for the Americans. So a big message sent from Washington, D.C. Iran, on the other hand, I guess will retaliate. Is the assumption. What it does, how it does, will determine how the future of this war, Gaurav.
In a moment, we'll be joined by our colleague Shivani Sharma, who's standing by in Tel Aviv, in Israel, because that's where the first impact of the retaliation could take place. Geeta, all assessment in the past 9 days, while Israel has repeatedly targeted Iran, it achieved amazing surprise in the first 48 hours, but it's the surprise that Iran was able to mount by showing its resilience and able to target Israel even on the 9th day. Even yesterday, Haifa was in the line of fire. Iranian missiles, despite the bombing raids, despite the satellite imagery, despite the drones, despite the fighter jets and hundreds of fighter jets going into Iran, they're able to strike back. Shows there's a lot of fight that Iran still has left in it.
Well, absolutely. Look, there is a lot when it comes to experts speaking from Iran. Gaurav, the assessment of Western media, particularly US media, is very different on Iran and the situation in Iran as opposed to what Iran or Iranian experts have been saying. And I have been saying this, that quite a few of the experts, which includes Professor Marandi, who have been coming out and saying that Iran, up until now, has only used its old stockpile. Wait till they start using their new age technology missiles, and those do penetrate the Iron Dome itself. The other aspect is sustenance of the Iron Dome. How long can the Iron Dome sustain itself? It is rather fatigued. There have been massive attacks that it has repelled. But then again, the distance over here is of great advantage to Israel. The distance between Iran and Israel, Gaurav. Every time there are a barrage of missiles that are sent towards Israel, there are countries from where US military bases work out of. They intercept. They're the first defenders. They intercept quite a few of the missiles. Then it goes further up. Where aircraft carriers or the U.S. Navy ships
Yes.
intercept the missiles. Then you have the Jordanian air defense system, again an ally of America, that intercepts the missiles. Then you have the British air defense systems in the region that intercept the missiles, and only after that there are those remaining missiles that actually the Iron Dome has to face. So yes, they've had to face far lesser in terms of having to intercept the missiles. And despite that, like you said, there are missiles that have penetrated and breached the Iron Dome.
Okay.
And that
Stay
is
with me. The
happening
fact
very
is,
fast.
you're absolutely right. Multi-tiered air defense system, including the Iron Dome, the David Sling, the Arrow system, the THAAD terminal high altitude air defense system, and yet, Iranian hypersonic missiles have been able to penetrate. But right now, the big story is what Donald Trump has said, point one, and point two. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he too has reacted. He's thanked President Trump for these operations. Listen in, I'll get you more on that story.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength. President Trump, I thank you. The people of Israel thank you. The forces of civilization thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel. And may God bless our unshakable alliance, our unbreakable faith.